But the part today, the way the day started was it today that became apparent that Michael Cohen secretly recorded this asshole Trump. That was 2 months before the election. That's when they discussed payments to one of Trump's, one of the women with whom Trump was involved in one of his many adulterous, lying, filthy affairs. I'm not saying the woman was, although, you know, I can't get my mind around a woman who knows that Trump is married, knows he's a liar, knows he's a thug. Why are they having sex with him? But that's a whole different story. I mean, consensual sex. Anyway, 2 months before the election, they discussed payments to a former Playboy model who had an affair with Trump. That's according to lawyers and people who have listened to the recording. According to the New York Times, the recording's existence appears to, like this, undercut the Trump campaign's denial of any knowledge of payments to this woman. Undercut? No, it doesn't undercut. It once again displays Trump for what he is, a fucking liar. The man cannot tell the truth about anything. And he's the president. He's the president. And also this tape, and Avenatti keeps making the point, he made it 3 months ago, there's more than one tape. Yeah, I doubt seriously if Michael Cohen said, gee, I think I'll tape the president the next time he calls and then I'm finished. Oh no. I think Cohen understood that he was dealing with the devil and he had better have the devil on tape or digital recording, whatever it was. Anyway, the recording draws Trump into questions about tactics he and his associates used to keep aspects of his whoring around, no offense to the woman, his whoring around a secret for fear that it might interfere when this story came out 10 years after it happened with this particular woman, for fear that it might turn voters against him. The voters were already against him. Remember, he lost the election by 3 to 5 million votes. Had it not been for the willing assistance and a leg up, you might say, of his buddy, the murderer, Vladimir Putin, Trump would have lost the electoral vote also. But Trump knew that Putin and Putin's entire GRU operation, military intelligence, these fuckers in Russia are, I hate to say it, but they're probably the best at what they do, even better than the Israelis. Well, a close foot race there. But the Russians have been doing this since before Israel was even a state. Israel's good at what they do in terms of spying and all this other horseshit. But I don't think anybody has it down the way the Russians have it down. So the conversations between Putin and Trump, I don't have any doubt about this. I haven't heard shit. But because my mind travels in those directions right now while I'm writing this book, when you're, if you've written something, if you've written a piece of semi-fiction, which I guess is what I'm writing, you know how your mind, all of a sudden, you start to look at things differently. Just normal happenstance events, daily occurrences. Because all of a sudden you find yourself looking for the storyline or what's really going on. What do those words really mean? How could that situation have been structured in a way, the situation in Helsinki, that assured Trump that Putin has his back? Putin is the only person on earth who has Trump's back, who can have Trump's back. All these little fuckers around him in the White House, they're shit. They're dirt under Putin's feet. They don't mean anything. All these little bastards on Fox, they don't mean anything. Not anymore. The only thing that means, the only person that means anything to Trump is Putin. Because Trump understands that he is in so fucking far over his head that nobody, when the rubber hits the road, so to speak, nobody is going to remain loyal to Trump. Not even that little shit Sean Hannity. He'll run like a, you know, like he's got a firecracker up his ass pretty quick here. So Trump understands that the only person that is going to protect him, take care of him, is Vladimir Putin. Now, you could do worse than having the former intelligence operative for the KGB running your interference for you. You could do a lot worse. I mean, he could have Kim Jong-un running his interference, or Xi of China, both of whom can really do some fucking damage. But Putin? Oh. Now, Kim Jong-un may have more corpses to his credit than Putin, but the Russian society is relatively open. It's wide open compared to North Korea. And I think that's the big difference. So anyway, the speculation now is who put the word out about this tape, this one tape, and what it contained. The conversation between Trump and Cohen about the payoff to this woman to keep her fucking quiet. This was a couple of months before the election in 2016. Even though the affair with this particular woman happened 10 years previously, 2006. But if that's not obstruction, I don't know. I need a new definition of what obstruction is. What the Trump operatives did, aside from the backing of Putin and Russian military intelligence and all these fucking trolls and spies that operate out of Russia and out of various countries under the command of Vladimir Putin, Putin takes care of all that. Nobody farts in Russia of any importance unless they get Putin's permission. So that left Trump over here. What's Trump going to do? Well, the one thing he does, he keeps talking and bullshitting and digging his hole deeper and going out on his little campaign trips to get the bobbleheads to cheer him on. And he'll talk about, oh, that Hillary Clinton. Sorry, Donald. But he really is in way over his head. You know, Trump is what, 6'1", 6'2"? He's in 30 feet of water, mud, slime, and he's drowning. And I can't wait to see how this movie plays out. Anyway, the woman involved, but let me back up. This particular tape, just this one, highlights the potential legal and political danger that Cohen represents to Trump. And that's why I say, Michael Cohen, I would travel with an armed guard. I doubt if he's out on bond or bail or whatever, I'm sure Michael Cohen is not allowed to carry a gun. But were I would have a couple of gunzels right behind me, fully loaded. And I also would probably hire someone to taste my food if I went to restaurants, which Cohen apparently is doing.